anything you want to talk about in terms of mindsets? Or, one thing I've noticed in dealing with my parents is their world shrinks. They're not quite as engaged as they once were.
Right.
And that seems like something to talk about.
That definitely, because you end up being very, very active with all that you have involved. You've got kids, you've got their sports games, you've got, some people have church involvement, they've got all of these groups to go to, and then all of a sudden some of your friends, they start like dying off, or those groups aren't happening anymore. There's always change. I mean, that happens during your life, and you have to decide, it's a decision to make some changes and explore some new options mentally. Keep reading, keep the mind active, because it's just like working out the body almost, in having new things to read that are inspiring to you. Pick stuff that you enjoy.
Yeah, it seems like if you kept reading, you would keep an informed opinion. Is that what you're thinking?
Definitely, or at least be able to talk about something and to form your opinion from that. Because sometimes when you're reading something, you're going, okay, so does that really make sense? Or, I don't quite understand that. Or, especially if it's relating to a politics or a technology or, a current event, and you're going, oh my goodness, what just happened here? Do I really understand this, or what they put in place? So some of that, at least being current with that, you are able to have a conversation. Like yesterday, I had a conversation and I totally understood the type of research that it goes into having a doctorate, because I've looked into pursuing my doctorate, and I decided not to. I decided to write books. But the type of research was not a quantitative research, it was a different type. But I understood that because I had actually read about it and figured that out before, when I was pursuing maybe going into a doctorate. So understanding some of those terms or being able to add to the conversation was very helpful for me.
So staying engaged mentally helps you stay engaged with other people and feeds this youthfulness. Is that, you think?
I definitely do, because you have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in a group and you're kind of standing there and going, oh man, I just totally am not relating to anybody. And that's really okay. But if every group is like that, you better look and see what you're adding to your own life.
Do you ever get tired of learning new things and growing?
I think the only time, no, I don't really get tired of it. I get a little frustrated if I'm stuck on something, especially I've been recently stuck on a technical issue. And I knew there was an answer. I just knew there was an answer, but I was discouraged because I felt like I was wasting time. I don't like to waste time. But what happened on the other side of that, by spending the time, I have success in it now. Mm-hmm. So for me, that's a great feeling that I actually now have experienced success.
Yeah, and you can now teach others, right?
And I can turn around. When I struggle through something and it takes me a lot more time than usual, it's usually, then I go back and I go, okay, so what steps have I taken and how can I simplify this for somebody else? And since I've been teaching really since the age of 13, I've been teaching adults since the age of 13, I understand how important it is to put everything in little tiny chunks, because the people I have worked with have gone on to great success, and it's usually because they've been given a guide to be able to experience that success and feel good about it. So they don't have to get stuck like I did.